What if one shape, just one simple geometric shape, could completely destroy a human mind? Not a demon, not a curse, not a monster, just a spiral. That is the premise of Uzumaki, Junji Ito's most celebrated work, and widely considered one of the most psychologically disturbing manga ever created. Not just in horror, in all of manga history. And by the end of this video, I promise you, you will never look at a snail shell the same way again. This is Chapter 1, The Spiral Obsession. Hello, family. I am your friend and host, Titan. Welcome back. Another disturbing manga story. Let's begin. We open in Kurouzu town, a quiet, fog-wrapped coastal town surrounded by black mountains, winding roads, and a sea that feels wrong, like it's watching you. Our narrator is Kiri Goshima, a teenage girl, ordinary life, ordinary problems. Her dad is a potter. She goes to the local high school. Nothing about her screams horror protagonist. And that's exactly the point. She's rushing to the train station one morning, trying not to miss her childhood friend, Shuichi. And as she cuts through an alley, she stops. There's a man there, standing completely still, staring at a wall, not at anything alarming, not at anything threatening. He is staring at a snail shell stuck to a brick wall, staring at it like it contains the answers to the universe, eyes unblinking, completely locked. The world around him doesn't exist. Kiri thinks, isn't that Shuichi's dad? She says hello. He doesn't respond. She leaves, a little unsettled, and dismisses it. That's the first mistake every horror story makes. Someone dismisses the first warning sign. At the station, Kiri meets Shuichi. He attends a school in a different town, deliberately. He commutes out of Kurouzu every single day. And every time he comes back, he feels dizzy, nauseous, like the city itself is doing something to him. He turns to Kiri and says something that stops everything cold. Let's leave this city, both of us. If we stay here any longer, we're going to lose our minds. Kiri thinks he's being dramatic, but Shuichi isn't finished. He describes the town, the black lighthouse, the winding roads, the spiraling ocean currents, with a kind of disgust that's almost physical, like just thinking about Kurouzu makes his skin crawl. And then a 5 o'clock siren goes off, a normal everyday sound. Shuichi flinches like he's been stabbed, covers his ears, mutters, "I hate that sound," over and over. Something is very wrong with this boy. Meanwhile, back at Kiri's house, Shuichi's father, Mr. Saito, pays her dad a visit. And this is where things start escalating. He wants to commission a pot, a special one. "I want a spiral pattern," he says. "Black, deep, the kind that makes you dizzy just looking at it." He starts listing everything he collects. Snail shells, coins, fossils, springs, tires, tape reels, anything curved into a spiral. His eyes are wide. He's smiling too much. "The spiral is perfect," he says. "The spiral is everything. There is no other shape in nature as pure as the spiral." And he means it, completely, without irony. There's a specific kind of horror in watching someone describe pure madness with the calm, cheerful certainty of a man sharing his favorite hobby. Shuichi pulls Kiri aside later and tries to make her understand how bad it really is. His father has stopped going to work entirely. He spends entire days just staring at spirals, reading about spirals, arranging his spiral collection, and then his eyes. His eyes start spinning, Shuichi tells her. Kiri doesn't believe him. No, not metaphorically. His actual eyes, left and right, independently rotating, like two tiny whirlpools in his skull. And it gets worse. One evening at dinner, his mother served miso soup. Regular miso soup. No spiral-shaped fish cake. Mr. Saito lost it completely. He refused to drink it, started violently shaking the bowl until the liquid formed a vortex. Only when the soup was spinning in a perfect spiral did he calm down and drink. He wouldn't take a bath unless the water had been swirled into a spiral first. Shuichi asks Kiri, "Is that funny to you?" "It isn't funny." To prove his point, Shuichi takes Kiri to the stream near town, and he shows her something she can't explain. The water isn't just flowing, it's spiraling. Every current, every eddy. Perfect tight spirals, more than any normal stream should produce. "Have you ever seen water do this anywhere else?" he asks. Before Kiri can answer, they hear screaming from Shuichi's house. They run inside to find Mr. Saito grabbing his wife. He's furious because she threw away part of his spiral collection while he was out. But then, something shifts. He calms down, and he says something that should not be calming at all. "I don't need the collection anymore. I don't need to collect spirals from outside. I finally realized I can make myself into a spiral." He takes off his glasses, and his eyes begin to rotate, slowly, independently, going opposite directions, like two broken clocks. Kiri runs. Days pass. Shuichi goes quiet about his father entirely. Then, a funeral. Mr. Saito is dead. Kiri goes to offer condolences and asks Shuichi what happened. He tells everyone his father fell down the stairs. That's the official story. The truth? When Shuichi and his mother came home late one night, his father was gone. They searched the entire house, and then they found a tub. A large metal tub, one that had never been in the house before. When Shuichi lifted the lid, his father was inside, curled, compressed, twisted, arranged into a perfect spiral. He had somehow contorted his own body, broken his own bones, folded himself into the shape that had consumed his mind. The pressure of his own body weight did the rest. He died becoming what he worshipped. The funeral crowd is standing in silence, and then someone points upward. "Look at the sky." Everyone looks, and there it is, the clouds overhead, forming a spiral. That is chapter 1 of Uzumaki. One man, one obsession, one shape, and a town that seems to be breathing it into existence. But here's what you need to understand. This is just the beginning. Shuichi's father is not the last person this happens to. The spiral doesn't stop at one family. It doesn't stop at one mind. It spreads like an infection. And in chapter 2, the horror stops being psychological. It becomes physical.